Tell me when you're recording.
Boom, we're recording, and it's Eat and Greet this 25th of October, which is my dad's birthday, 2016.
Yay! Yay!
Just actually thought, wow, I think it was my dad's birthday, but then I realised that no, that's the 25th of September.
Yeah.
Kind of just had a bit of
exactly a month
moment.
before.
For those of you who are watching and you haven't seen Eat and Greet before, basically, Kirsty and I started Eat and Greet because we were watching a chick in South Korea eating on YouTube, and lots of people were enjoying watching her eat and chatting to her, and we thought we could do something like that with Smart Chicks.
Yeah.
So we decided that we would do Eat and Greet, where we interview someone for half an hour over lunch. Kirsty and I are very bad at actually remembering to bring our lunch to Eat and Greet.
I actually just finished mine.
Oh, well done. Well done.
But today we're interviewing Maryanne Masters. Hello.
So I will very briefly explain how Maryanne and I met. So we were at a birthday party for your, so it's your cousin's daughter, isn't it?
That's correct, yes.
Yes, that's right. And Maryanne was going to go shopping and all of that during the birthday party. And so we touched base briefly and we talked a bit of business, and we both went, oh, business. Oh, we've got some things in common. Oh, yes. So I'm just going to go and shop, etc., she says to the mum. And then we keep talking, and next thing we know, oh, that's the end of the party. Yeah, I guess I'll shop after.
Yeah. It was a meeting. It was a cool meeting, yeah.
Yes, it was very cool, very cool. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about you and kind of what got you to where you are now?
As in the business that I started, or
as in a little bit about Maryanne, like your, say, what you've done work-wise, and then what led you to, creating your own business.
All right, so I've always worked for other people, I started work when I was 16, just doing your normal part-time work. Came from a European family, so we weren't allowed to be on the dole ever. That was just not an option. So we had good work ethics put into us from our mum and dad, and it's continued to this day. And you know, we were always told you have to work for everything, and things, you know, will come to you if you and when you do work, you've got to, doesn't matter what you're doing, love what you're doing. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. Yep. So, you know, it's always been retail or manufacturing. And I've loved everything that I've done. I really have. I don't think there's ever been a job where I've gone, I'm really not enjoying this anymore. And when I did get to that point, say in retail, I left. It was gone. See you in the story. And then when I got into manufacturing, it was in the wine industry. So how could you not love it? And I loved it for 16 years. And then, you know, gradually I did management in retail, and then I went into management in manufacturing. And then I had my daughter quite late in life. I think they call it in England, they call it a geriatric pregnancy. I know. I was so shocked. I don't know if it was just a comedy thing, but Emma Thompson was saying to this lady, you're having a geriatric, and she was the same age as what I was when I fell pregnant. And that's in, 43. So I'm like, oh my God, a geriatric pregnancy. Anyway, so we had, I had a beautiful daughter, and then we moved to New Zealand, and I didn't work for a long time, just sort of getting my feet in a new country. And then I did some, what do they call that? When you go around and, oh man, this is the thing with old age, you forget.
Was it merchandising?
Merchandising, yeah. And I actually really enjoyed it. It wasn't a job where you had to be, a rocket scientist, but you made everything look pretty, and it always had to look full and nice, and you could walk away, and it was in great hours while Abigail was at school. And then I got back to Adelaide, and I thought, what the hell am I going to do? I'm at that age where people don't employ you anymore when you're in your 50s. They don't really want, I don't know why, because we have a stream of experience that we could really help out in a lot of industries, especially the two that I've been in. Because the one thing I've noticed these days is customer service is non-existent.
Yeah.
Whenever, you know, and when you get a girl that, or a guy that goes out of their way for you, it almost takes you back. You're like, oh, wow. And I had a young lad do that to me yesterday, McDonald's, and his service was impeccable. And I actually went up to the manager and I said, you need to hang on to this young lad because he's very good.
Yeah.
And I will always tell them when they're good, because you just don't get that anymore. That old school service.
Yeah.
Is just, you know, do you agree? Like, do you find that?
Yeah. In many cases, that's true. And I think it is a way to really, I think with the online industry, everything's so fast, and it's, you know, they really cut down the interaction. And I think, you know, that's what's really coming back around to, you know, full 360 on people realizing people have to get to know you, and people need to like and know and trust you. And then you need to really, really wow them with sort of customer service. And that's what will hold on to customers and have them actually remain people that will be loyal and keep coming back to you as well, and certainly refer you. And I think if you're in the business world, then you realize how important that is. So when it's your own business, you know, you're so much more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be, because it's your business that's riding on it now. So
that's right.
Yeah. So, and then I got into volunteer work. So I've been here volunteering for long hours with the Christie's Beach Business and Tourism. It's a little group of people who are passionate about Christie's Beach and about bringing business to Beach Road, which is, you know, lacking. And we have lots of meetings with council and trying to get them to release money so we can spend some money down the road. And it's been a really good experience for me, because we've had to go and do, you know, deputations and all sorts of things in council, which I would never have probably thought about doing, but I really enjoy that. And then doing the Street Goes Pink. So I was sort of christened as the event coordinator. I mean, I only did a really good 5-year-old party, so I don't know what they were expecting. But so far, the event we did last year was really good. One of the councillors sort of mentored me through that, and then I organised all of this year's, and then the rain. We did the concert, so we doubled our numbers on last year, which was really good. And then, hey, Cassie. And then the 16th was the big family fun day with Cozzy, and it all got cancelled.
Yeah.
So, but we actually had to cancel it 2 days before because of the weather. Like, we were watching the weather, and it was a scary call, but we had to make it because it was everyone's safety then.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah. And on my arrival, to get to my business, my sister made me some homemade deodorant, and I was very sceptical. I'm like, nah, not wearing it. And then she says, just try it. And I'm like, all right. So I did. And I kept sniffing, nothing. And kept sniffing and still nothing. And I'm like, holy, this stuff's good. This is really good stuff. And I've been wearing it for a year. And I thought, this is good. My partner actually can't wear it. He's allergic to baking soda. Right. So he can't wear it. And he really was spewing, because he said he did wear it for a while, said it was the best stuff he'd ever used. So I'm like, yay. Anyway, a lady at my daughter's school asked, we were talking about what I do, and I told her that I make homemade deodorant at that point. And she said, can I try some? So I made her some, and then she wanted to then buy some from me, and that's basically where Dream Deodorant was born. That's the day.
Accidental entrepreneur. I love it. Yeah. So do you want to open it up and show them how you work it?
So where am I? That's the paste. So there's a little atomizer. You just go in there, put it on and then you just rub it under your arms, and you don't stink.
Yeah.
I have all sorts of smells. And then from that, I had people say, what else do you do? So now I do moisturizers and body scrubs and foot deodorants, and I do my charcoal teeth whitener. I do magnesium spray, which you spray it on your body. So it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I've done a few markets, and I've had great feedback from all the markets that I've done.
Yeah.
But because I've been spending so much time doing this event, I really haven't put a lot of time. I have to be honest with you girls, I haven't really put the attention into my business.
Yeah.
So next year is going to be Dream Deodorant year. We're going to get out there and do a lot more markets. I am doing really well online at the moment.
Yeah, that's picking up.
It is, and I sent off three parcels just today.
Great.
So that's really good. Good. Yeah.
Affiliate. Yeah, so Cassie actually lives just down near you. Oh, my things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and would you consider selling through other businesses? So she works as a PT, but also has a business called The Carer's Place. Actually,
right.
You can unmute yourself if you want to. Yeah.
Hi, Cassie.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Sorry to take over. But my question's in regard to, like, I'm very much into natural products and holistic medicine and that sort of thing, and nourishing your body with good whole foods and that sort of thing. And so in regard to my message to my client group, not just my PT clients, but certainly the mums and carers of young children and adults as well. Yeah. There's so much toxicity, preservatives, additives in our environment that having products like this can just help lessen that. And interestingly, that some of them realise it, some of them don't yet, but can actually make, the behaviours better, less severe, that sort of thing. So my question is sort of, okay, have you considered perhaps selling through other businesses where they get a small portion of sales, but your brand is exposed much more?
I have, and like I said, this year, Cassie, I've not really focused on my business very well this year because I've been so focused on doing this event. I have done pop-up shops where I've been set up as a shop inside a shop, which Claire from Salt Yoga on Beach Road has invited me to do that. I did it in the pop-up shop on Beach Road through the council, and that went really well. It gave me an opportunity to see that I'm not quite ready for retail in a shop because there's so much that's involved, rent and the shop wasn't actually placed very well, so it didn't matter. People walk past with their faces in their phones all the time anyway, so when you're a little business tucked away in a corner, you've got music going. I had a bright yellow pillow, which shows my pop colour with all the black and white, and still people walk straight past. I basically went out there and went, do you want to come and try in some of my stuff?
Yeah.
So it was like, I will never go in that shop again.
Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it? Because that is a lot of the stuff with business. And I think a lot of people are working that out now, is you need to find the way to have people in the looking process or the buying process or whatever. And the whole thing with Google, most people, when they're going to Google, they're actually already halfway through the whole buying process because they're actually looking to buy when they're there. Versus, Facebook, where it's more of a social interaction, social place, but you can, bring up information or, assistance in different areas or education in areas that can pique their interest, that can have them then wanting to know more. So at that point, they're further back in the buying process. So I think Facebook will probably be a really great place for you to, pique the interest on the sorts of people that are looking for the sorts of things you have, but then have them coming to you and then coming through into that pipeline of people that you could potentially serve.
Yeah.
And businesses, like once you're at a point where, because the thing is, you can even have a relatively small number that's available to some of these businesses, but there'll be some key businesses you can partner with where, number one, just them knowing about you and either referring people to you or them having a small amount of stock, maybe depending on the business, etc.
And that's the thing too. That's what I have to work out, pricing, and because at the moment I've priced it, and I have a lot of people with the feedback is that it's really well priced because I want everybody to be able to use my product. I don't want to outprice yourself where people go, I'm not spending, and because it doesn't have all the emulsifiers and all that sort of stuff in it, like for instance, my moisturizers are only in small tubs, 3 months, and then you can't, well you can, but you just got to keep it in the fridge because it doesn't have all the stuff in it that keeps it going forever and ever and ever.
Yeah, of course.
And the same with the deodorants. They do last a while. My best friend, my bestie, who's down at the moment, they travel around Australia, and I've been friends with Jane for 30 years now, my bestie. She's still, I made her some, I think she was here at Christmas time, and I made her some. She's still going on it. She said, and they, she said, you just don't need a lot. So, it's that, and I've had really good feedback from people, and that's what you want to hear. You want to hear the nice, and even if I didn't hear good feedback, I would try and sort that out because, it has to be all feedback. But so far, it's all been good, which is nice.
Moving into next year, what is your bigger Steve Jobs of a vision for your business? Where can you see yourself going if there are no
barriers,
strings attached, and you're not even worrying about that? Where are you?
I think what I would love is to be sitting here this time next year saying to you girls that I've hit a certain amount. I haven't got that figure in my head yet, but I haven't even done my taxation yet, to be quite honest. So, these sort of things I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I've got to do that. But I'd like to be able to say that that we can live week to week on what I sell, and then what my husband earns we can bank, and then hopefully do something with that. But I think it would be nice to have this as an income so that I can stay at home with my daughter, and she can go to school and come home, and because my daughter she too, I need to watch what she eats. I got a bit not slack, she loves white bread. What kid doesn't? And I know in school holidays it's like, all right, you can have some white bread rolls with and it's constipated her, and I'm like, I told you that stuff's no good for you, but they have to experience it. And now she's like, Mom, I did it, I did a big poo, and I'm like, great, yay. But she's got a working memory where she retains so much information. And then, do you remember the old saying, you've got a mind like a sieve?
Yeah.
That's basically what happens to my girl. So she'll retain so much information, and the rest of it will just. And if she's not eating right, she's just got. Her concentration, is just not there. So, she has trouble focusing as it is. So I have to make sure that, and that's another thing. That was another thing that why I didn't want Abigail wearing all the aluminium and all the crap that you find in all these other chemical stuff,
Yeah.
Because she's got a good start if she can do that all now, for our kids as well. So,
Absolutely. Awesome. So if we look at a couple of goals, like through the time that you've had in your working career and some things that you've worked out along the way in the process through business, what sort of nuggets do you think you'd have to share with everyone?
Okay. Love what you do. That is very important. Like, it doesn't matter what work you do, whether you work for somebody else or for yourself, or you've got to love what you're doing. Time management is really important. It's important that you have your time management where it should be.
Yeah.
And and work to live, not live to work. I think you've got to enjoy your life. Where we're only 80 years is a short time when you think about it. So we're only here for a very short time. So I want to enjoy the time that I have with my family. It took me 43 years to have a baby, geriatric pregnancy. So I want to enjoy my kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'm a happy mum, not a grumpy mum. And that, she'll remember me as a mum that wasn't at work every minute of the day, which would be good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very special. Now, I know you had an offer or a promo offer for the community that you wanted to share.
Yes.
So we normally do two. So we have one for the free group, for the free coterie, and then we have one that's a little bit more special for members. So what did you want to offer today?
Well, I know if you buy whatever you buy from me, you're going to get free lip balm anyway, which is a really nice lip balm. So you'll get that. I suppose I could, with whatever anyone buys, say for a week, I could give them a sample of deodorant, so that way they can try that. If they didn't want to buy deodorant, they could buy something else, and then I could give them a sample of deodorant. Yeah, we could work something out. Yeah, for sure.
Lovely.
So maybe for the coterie, they'll place their order with you, and they'll get their free.
Yeah.
And
If they go to
members will get their deodorant as well.
Yeah, if they go to the Big Cartel and place the order, just to put a little note.
So do you want to actually type in there your page, and I might get you to send it to me on the messenger or whatever as well, so then when I upload this onto YouTube and then pop it through onto the page, I can add it into that as well, so people can go straight to the
So you want me to type that in now, do you?
Yeah, just type it in there now, and then we've got it. And how is there a place when they place their order for comments for them to write Smart Chicks or Smart Chicks member or anything like that?
Yeah, there should be. There should be in the Big Cartel, because you can write down, I think, special instructions or something.
Great. Okay, so in the special instructions. Yeah, they can put in Smart Chicks Coterie or Smart Chicks member, depending on who they are, and that way they'll be able to get their lip balm and their sample.
Yeah, so if you just go, this is the Big Cartel. So can I just write that in? And if they type that in, they should be able to find it. Hey, or do I have to do all the .com? Do you want me to do the actual?
Well, just if you want, don't worry about putting it in here. Just copy and paste it and send it to me on Messenger. So that way you can just copy the URL and send it through. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Sure, it goes on the page. And then tomorrow is promo day. Now, I know we're still teaching you the online space and how for us to help you to be seen. So tomorrow I want you to do a hashtag promo and just talk a little bit about the deodorant, and then put your promotion on there for the members and for the coterie crew.
All right.
And that way we can put the link in there as well, so I can help you with that if you need it.
Yeah.
Now,
and if I think of something better overnight, I'll do something different again tomorrow. I'll think about
Yeah. Okay, awesome. What were we going to say?
Sorry.
I was just going to say, Maryanne, we've still got 5 minutes to go, and I wanted to ask you, obviously, so you've been in business for a little while now, and you've been thinking of ideas and things, and you're kind of ready to rock and roll next year. You were talking about some gold nuggets before, but in terms of practical stuff that you've come across, like solutions that you've had to solve for yourself, is there anything that you can recommend for the people doing the market scene? Because there are a few people in the Smart Chicks Coterie that are doing the market scene, and they're all kind of, like my I guess experience with that has been that you're a bit of a community in South Australia, and you all kind of bump into each other and know each other. So is there anything that you want to add, I guess, in terms of some practical advice that you've come across yourself in the market?
Yeah, I do actually. I come from both parts of it now, where I'm actually putting the call out for market store holders and being a market store holder. So I don't just do any market. I'm really particular about where I go and where I apply. And as somebody who's looking for market stalls, I'm always looking for somebody that's different and that has quality products, so that people go, oh wow, that's really nice. So it has to look good. Your market, your marquee has to look like a shop. It can't just be, even your boxes that you're unpacking. I don't want to see boxes. I want everything nice and neat and tidy. So I think it's make sure that you to me, when I go and I set up like I'm setting up my own shop, so that it catches people's eye and it has to look interesting, and you know, you're showing yourself and your business to people. So I think that's the really big thing with me. I've been through markets and some of them are so cluttered and they just don't look tidy, and you've got to really make sure that you treat your little shop as a shop, like you would if you had a retail business on a main road or something. Yeah, for sure.
Yep,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Got a lot to offer that community as well, you know, like that's something else. We're so into, you know, how can you help the masses? How can you put your oxygen mask on yourself first, and then how can you help the masses? And if you've got all this information in your brain, like don't into the coterie or any of the Facebook groups that you're in, and really educate people, because it's about lifting the bar, right?
Absolutely. Oh, you have to. And you know, I've had, you know, there have been markets like Flinders Street or a couple of the other expensive markets, and these are not cheap markets to get into. They command a big, like $100 for a day. So you know that there's a lot of people going to these markets. And when you apply, you send a photo of what your shop, I always call it my shop, looks like. And I've not had one rejection. So, you know, if it looks good to the eye, they will have you in there, you know, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's vital that you have to really concentrate that your product placement looks good. It's all about the product placement too, you know.
Beautiful.
Sure.
Well, I think you've got some great advice and stuff to offer the coterie, and I'd love to see you in there more, just letting people know who you are. So especially next year, as you really get to focus back in on Dream Deodorant, I think it's great for you to, you know, you can do a sneak peek of different things, or when you're launching something, you can use the hashtags or the themes of the week to be able to talk about them. Either you're excited about what you're putting together, or you're excited about looking up for a new space for manufacturing, or you're excited about, you know, all the different things. So, but I'll walk through and help you with a lot of that when you're ready. So, yay!
Okay, lovely. All right, nice to meet you all, ladies.
Yes, fabulous to have you on here.
Yep, cool.
It's
All
nice
right.
to see a few kind of familiar faces online and a few new faces, and we've had quite a few people watching on our live stream
as well.
And Anna Fantasia
there today.
Fantasia has just said that she loves the fact that what you do is all natural. She's removed chemicals from her body years ago, and it's certainly made a difference to her. So
Absolutely.
All right then, and for all of you watching on YouTube,
whenever that is,
and we'll see you over in the coterie.
All right. Bye.
See ya.